Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to week 1 of fantasy football. And I've been requested to make a predictions video, and so I will honor that request. You can thank Jeffrey Roba for bringing up the request. So, just going to jump right into it here. We're going to start off with the matchup of Free Hernandez, John Vassell, and return to the leg Michael Smertz. We got Cap versus Stafford. That looks good for John. Running back situation, I definitely favor Smertz with Jamal Charles, Matt Forte, and Darren Sproles. Receiver-wise, I would say it's relatively even, but maybe a little bit of an advantage going towards John with Dez Bryant or Randall Cobb. Tight ends are a wash. Defenses, a wash, basically. Maybe a little advantage to John. And kickers, obviously, Smertz takes a big lead with Greg Lake. So, my score prediction for this one is a victory for Michael with a score of 102-97. Sorry, fuck you, John. The next matchup I have here is the Muddy Mushroom Bruisers, Jerry Burke, still don't know what that means, versus Asad Ashraf. I'll think of a name later. Well, later has come. It's time to think of a name, buddy. Anyway, we have Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. That goes to Jerry. Running back wise, Jerry has AP, but Asad's got Spiller and DeMarco Murray, so I think that goes to Asad. Receiver wise, it's pretty even, but I think it goes to Asad just because he has Megatron. Otherwise, they're about the same. Tight end wise, Asad. Defense wise, Jerry. Kickers, whatever. So in this matchup, I think that CJ Spiller will have a good game, as will Calvin Johnson, and Matt Ryan will actually dominate the Saints as he usually does. So Asad will pick up a W with a score of 106 to 101 because AP will have a huge day and so will Breeze. So Jerry will get close, but not quite enough. The next game we have here is Teach Me How to Dougie, Dave Mecca. Gotta change the team name. I'm sorry, it's been a year. Versus Put It in My Vassal, Neil Hawk Jr. Okay, the predictions here. We have Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, a star-studded quarterback matchup here in this situation. Probably goes to Brady against Buffalo because Rodgers is playing San Francisco. Running back wise, question marks for Arian Foster, Ray Rice, Darren big question marks for Darren McFadden though. Wow, that's a wash. That's a wash for me. A lot of question marks on either side. Receiver wise, it is pretty close. But I think Dave has a little more depth than Neil. Neil has AJ Green, but then he has Deshaun Jackson, and Asad has, or not Asad. Dave has a couple good receivers. Tight end wise goes to Dave. Defense to Neil, and kicker whatever. I'm going to give Dave a win of 96-89. I don't think Arian Foster's gonna have a huge week. It's gonna be Brady and nothing for Neil this week, I think. But we'll see. The next one we have here is Roll Down My Windows and Cruise. It's a pretty stupid name, but he does his best. That's Zach Morano, and password is Taco, of course, is myself. We have the quarterback matchup of Cam Newton and Andrew Luck, neither of which look poised to have a huge week. So we'll call that a wash for now. Running backs, he probably has a little more depth at running back with Marshawn Lynch, MJD, and Chris Johnson, whereas I have Doug Martin and Reggie Bush. So Zach wins in running backs. Receivers, is there a question? Brandon Marshall, Julio Jones, Jordy Nelson. There's not a question. I'm sorry. My receivers are the greatest of all time. So I obviously win in receivers. Tight end wise, Jared Cook, Owen Daniels, wash. Defense, Bengals, Rams, wash. Kickers, Seabass. Seabass. That helps. I'm going to give myself a win here, surprisingly, of 110 to 100. 110 to 100. And the final game I have to predict here is Victory is a Givens. Jeff Roba. Does he own Chris Givens? That is the question here. I don't see his bench on this page, so I don't really know, but I'm assuming yes. Okay, and got a Woody for Woodhead also. Name has to change. That's the same ballpark as Teach Me How to Dougie's got to go. Is Zach Klein. Quarterback-wise, we have, and I'm saying wise a lot. I'm going to apologize for that ahead of time because I'm annoying myself with it. Peyton Manning and RG3. Peyton Manning goes tonight on Thursday night against the Ravens, and RG3 against the awful Eagles secondary. I think that's pretty close, but I'll probably give it to RG3 there and Jeff's team. Running backs, I'm going to give it to Klein this week. Normally, I would give Jeff the big advantage, but Stephen Ridley has very good career numbers against the Bills, and the Patriots have been dominating them in recent years, so I think that helps a ton. I think Alfred Morris will be okay against the Eagles. Ingram hurts. I think Lamar Miller is a much better flex than Ingram, but all in all, I think Ridley really gives him the boost that he needs this week. Klein, receiver wise, it's hands down it goes to Jeff. Klein's receivers are not his strong point with Wes Welker and Mike Wallace, whereas Jeff has Andre Johnson and Vincent Jackson, two very good receivers. Tight end wise, definitely goes to Klein with Vernon Davis. Defense wise, there's a wash. And kickers, Randy Bullock, a rookie sensation. Watch out for him this year. Klein got a steal there. I'm going to give the win to Klein, and this one's going to be really close, and it's only because I think that Stephen Ridley is going to have a really big week. I'm going to give him a win of 104 to 102. This is going to be one of the closer matchups this week. I think it all comes down to how healthy RG3 is and what he can really do. So there's your predictions video for week 1 of fantasy football of 2013. Hopefully I picked your team. If I didn't, suck a dick. Don't expect to get picked to win very often because I hate everybody in this league. So if I can make sure that everybody gets a loss prediction every now and then that's what I'm going to do. Other than that, enjoy your season. Football's back. Fantasy football's back. Pay attention to your league. Try your best. Really put your whole heart and soul into it because remember, you also put $10 into it. Some of you did. Some of you did not put $10 into it, and you better fucking pay up immediately, okay? I don't care if you got to send it by pigeon mail. You can send it to my PayPal account. You can tape it to a dildo and send it on a helicopter. I don't care. You need to get it here as soon as possible, or I will find you, and I will kill you. Thank you very much, and enjoy week 1 of fantasy football.